Yeah, hi, good evening. So we are discussing about this web services. So on web services, yesterday we done at session management. So the next example we will see here now. So on that today we supposed to discuss on the get request, right? That is we already seen yesterday the postman request. So just I'm opening that postman here now. So once the postman is open here, then we can see the next tool. So in the postman, we are trying to get the request to post request by that using the recycler, we supposed to write the code, right? So for that here we are writing that. So that we will write here. So this is my workspace. In this workspace, now here we have an API. So the API is that using the get method, we supposed to get the data here. So that we will write here. So how quickly we will write that, we will see here now. So meanwhile here, okay, this is loaded. A collection. This is the get. Here by using get this, so here we will get the data here. So this is the request, this data we will handle here, right? For that here, now I'll write here. So for that here, now this is the menu page here. So first of all, here we would like to get a data. So here we will write that the retrofit one code. So here retrofit code will write. So for that here, so first of all, we supposed to declare the retrofit. So that is a var retrofit. So var retrofit equal to, so this is the declaration. So that is here retrofit dot. So this is already whatever we've written in a previous session, but again I'm writing that. So that you will get a clarity how we are writing the code for that. So that's the reason I'm writing again. So that is retrofit builder. So here we are building a retrofit URL. So this is dot base URL. So that is the base URL. So here the base URL we will define. Then after that, so that we're supposed to write here for this add convert refactory, so that we will add here. So first of all, we will import this retrofit so that the next code will be exit automatically. So for that reason, I'm importing this retrofit. Why this retrofit has not been? Yes, import retrofit. So there is importing. Right. Once it is imported here, now we will write next step here, add convert refactory. So that we will write here. So that add convert refactory. So that is the JSON convert refactory. So JSON convert refactory. So JSON convert refactory dot create. So JSON convert refactory dot create. Then here dot build. So we have builded this right. So we're supposed to import this JSON convert refactory as well. So meanwhile, we will copy this URL. So this is the URL. So in this, first we'll copy this entire. Then there we will treat as a something like that is a normal base URL. We will treat here some part of the base URL here. So I'm writing here. So up to API, I'll take that as a base, right? Then after that here now I'll write var interface. So that is a retro interface. We will create. We have already the retro interface, right? So that retro interface we will declare here. So the retro interface equal to. So we have already that request. So that is the retrofit dot retrofit dot retrofit dot So that is create. So here that whatever we created sample project interface, so that I'm using colon class class Java. So that I have done. So now in here, so we will write here the next step. In this, so here we supposed to write the next steps here. So what is the next step here? Now this is the header is the comma. So we will add the headers. So that is content type. So content type application / JSON. Right. Then this is the get. Previously it was the post. Now it is the get request. So here remaining part of the URL. So I have pasted till the API we use it there. So this is the remaining part of the URL. I'm using the remaining part of the URL here. Right. So this get we can import. Then here we will write one more. So that is here for load data. So I'm writing the load data. So here no need to pass anything in this. So this because it is a get method. So no need to pass any parameters. So retrofit dot call. So here we are calling the retrofit call. So from here I'm creating the list res. So this is the list res I have created. Right now with this list res, so now we create here one Java class. So to copy Pojo response, so here I'm creating this. So that is a Kotlin class. So list res I'm creating this. Right now, so go to browser. So copy this response. So there you can go to JSON. So JSON schema to Pojo. So here you can paste that entire response. Right, you can paste here. So then JSON to JSON converter, I can convert here and click on preview here. So once you click on preview here, total C, first datum class is created, then example class is created, then support class. So total 3 classes are created. So how many classes are created, that is not a matter. First, always we can start with the example class. So I'm copying the example class code. So how much it is created, that is not a matter. So first we have to copy the example class. Whatever the example class is there, that code you can copy. So that code we can use first, then afterwards we can use the next step. So till this example I have copied, right? So now the whatever the example class it is created, that we will paste within our class, right? Then so we used to import this serializable, right? We used to import this is the expose. So sorry, I think this one we created as a Kotlin class. That's the reason this code is showing an error. What we will do is we will delete this class and we'll create again the list res. So I'm creating one Java. So that is the list res, right? Now we have to paste it. Right. So now this is created like this. So here now we can import this serialize and we can import this expose. Right. Now the data. So normally whenever this data list data will come, this will treat as always data. So for that now what should I write? That list inside data. So there is a list inside, there is a data, right? So that's the reason I'm writing this list inside data. So where the data is there, that you can replace with this list inside data. So here in next to 2 to 3 places, we can replace that with list inside data, like this. So this is the created text. Right now, list inside data, you have to create. Now with this name, list inside data, again, you have to create one more class. So that I'm creating a Kotlin Java class. So now what is the data is there in the datum. So then second step, because we changed the datum to something, right? So you can copy the datum. So now I'm copying this datum. So what is the data is there in the datum that I have copied, and you can paste within this. Now I have pasted here. Right now you can add here serialize, expose. So both I have added, done, right? So it is clear. Now there is one more here, one more error here. So that is the support. So with the support also, you can create one more class. So now with that, you can create a class. So then here, what is the code there in a support that you can paste within that? So support. So you can copy that code. Support, whatever this is there in a support. So this is in a support. You can paste that in support. Done. So here also we can import this serializable and expose. Done. Then here it is showing one error. So this list we have to import list. Done. Everything is clear. Right. Even this class also it is clear. Right. Clear. So here also it is. Now we'll go back to the main class. So that main class is nothing but here. Where is that class? So with this flash, it is no, not this is the one. Here we are writing, right? So now here we are next step. We supposed to get the data from the retrofit. So to do that here now, we will create one var call. So call, we will create one call var, that is a list call. I'm creating one list call that is from this, so that I'm declaring as a call. So this is where we are calling this using the list base, whatever the list base we are created, right? So with that, we are calling that call. So this call, we can import this. So here, while importing this call, you can import properly. So that is with retrofit only. So you can import properly here with the retrofit call. So this is the retrofit that you can import. So once this import has done, right, in the next step here. So what is the next step here? Now list call equal to, so whatever this list call we have done, so that is equal to with reference of the interface. So what interface we created? Retro interface, right? Retro interface dot load data. So whatever the method we created, with that it will load the data. Right. Once it is load the data, then we have to create an enqueue method. So that is for list call dot enqueue method. So this is the final step. So that is an enqueue method. So here we have to create an object colon. So that is a retrofit to dot. So we have to call callback method. Callback. So in a callback here, list place. So list place. Right here, we will call. So this has two methods, right? One with the unfetch respond, another is the unfailure. So that two we will define here. So the next is the unfailure. Done. So two functions we have to, right? So within this here now, I'll write the toast. So I'll write the toast here so that whatever the response it is coming, that it can be extended. So that is a toast dot make text. The toast dot make text. So this at the rate menu page comma. So whatever the error it will come, so that it will show as this. So that is a t.to string. Then comma toast length long dot show. Done. So here we used to handle the response now. So here how to handle the data here. So whatever here data is coming directly, I'll write here. The now the data is here. Now I'll be supposed to write the code for the retrofit. So for the retrofit, I'm writing here for the recycler view. For the recycler view, first we need linear layout manager. So that is here I'm adding that linear layout manager equal to. So that is linear layout manager. So just I'm declaring the linear layout manager. Just this linear layout manager right within this at the rate. So this at the rate menu page, comma. So linear layout manager dot vertical. So I want to align this as a vertical. So that's why I'm selecting vertical, comma, false. So return type as a false. Then this we will map with the recycler. So that is binding dot. So yesterday we created recycler that is REC dot layout manager. So that is a linear layout manager. We are mapping this. So we are mapping with the layout manager. Layout manager equal to. So that is whatever linear layout manager we created, that we have to add linear layout manager. Done. Then next step here, now we used to create a var custom adapter. So I'm creating a custom adapter equal to. So that is a custom adapter of this at the rate menu page, comma. So that is whatever the data here we are getting. So that data directly I'm passing that response dot body dot whatever the data it is coming directly I'm passing that data into the next step. So dot body dot. So data. The data is. So that is as list. As a list, I'm passing that data. So that is list. So that is whatever the data is there, list inside data. So only we are creating with the list inside data, we are creating the list. That's the reason I'm passing that data. Right. Then next binding here. Binding dot REC dot adapter. So we will map this with the adapter. So that is the custom. Right, with custom adapter, this is now with this method, we're supposed to create a class. So that the new class we will create here. So here create a class. So separate the class we have to create. So created a class. Then once we created a class, this class can be created along with the constructor. So what happened? Still it is creating, I think. Yeah, so this class is created, see along with the constructor. But here, as we discussed, default it will come with the recycler view adapter. So, but here we will change this to whatever the class name we created. So here we will change as the my view. Right. This modification regularly we will write. After that, we suppose import this recycler view. Then it has unimplemented methods. So we can add an implement method. So there are three methods. One is the onCreate view holder, onBind view holder, and get item count. So these are the methods. Then with my view holder, we're supposed to create one with class with another. So we created one class. Right. Then whatever this class is created, this I'll treat as an inner class. So we'll write as an inner class. So with inner class, and here for that we have to give some return type. So that is here we have to give some type view. So that view we will return this. So that I'm creating here the view. This method will return the view. So that is a view, and this view extended as recycler view dot view holder. So whatever the we change it their view holder to my view holder, right? So for that here we are writing one extra method that is here. So that is a view holder. So whatever that first we will import this. So here view holder. So in this again we will pass that item view, whatever the item view it will come. So that item view will pass it. So now, so here we have to localize the data. So whatever the data here we are getting. So here we are getting only two. One is a list view, other is a context. So where ADB context, ADB context colon. So the context, whatever the context we are getting, that context. Next to where ADB data. So that ADB data, how we are getting that ADB data? So we are getting the data in the form of list. So that is a list. So which data here? List inside data. So that data we have to get here. Right. So for this now we used to localize that. To localize that, we have creating init method. So in init method, that is ADB context equal to ADB data equal to so list inside data. What is that is coming, right? List inside data. So that is as list as a list, that is as a list, right? The list inside data. This is the next is the ADB context equal to so menu page. Done. So ADB context equal to menu page. Done. So this context we used to import that. So the localization of data is the next step here on last method. This is in account method here. They will give the return as so whatever we are getting this data. So that is ADB data dot size. The size. Right. Next step here. Here we supposed to add the layout inflator. So to do that layout inflator using the layout inflator, we will do the next like create a custom view. So for that we will create that. So that we will see here. So where view, I'm creating some view here. So that is equal to layout inflator. This is already previously we discussed two types, the same code here. So that is layout inflator. So the layout inflator using the layout inflator dot from. So what is the from here? So this is from parent. Yes, we will import this layout inflator so that next code will generate automatically. So import layout inflator. So here parent dot context. So parent dot context, comma, inflate. So we have to inflate the view. So what is the view here? We have to create one new. So that is r dot layout dot. So custom. I'm creating one custom XML. So comma parent. So from the parent we have to pass here. So then here calls. So then here now we have to give the return. So this return to my view holder. So that my view holder we will give this return my holder of whatever the view we created, that view we will create here. Right. Now this custom. So with this custom, we have to create one layout resource file. So in this now we're supposed to design what we want here. So in this data, we are getting one image and four text views. So that image side by that four text views we will align. So for that, here we will design that. So once this design is done, there are two steps pending. One is find view by ID, and other is the get data. So that is the two steps is pending. So now this I'll change this as linear layout. So linear layout with orientation as horizontal. So the orientation as horizontal. Like this, we will make as a wrap content. Wrap content. Then here first I'll take one image view. Image view. So wrap content. So wrap content. And height also wrap content. So both I'm taking as a wrap and wrap content. Height and width, both I'm taking as a wrap content. So for this, I'm giving one ID. So that ID I'm taking as IV. Then I post. After that, I'm taking one more linear layout. Because for text views, I want to align here. So match parent, wrap content, orientation. That is vertical. Right. So within this, now we're supposed to create four text views. So I'm creating a text view here. The text view. Match parent. Wrap content. So then I'm giving an ID. So that is F name, first name. So this text view, I'll copy and I'll paste last name, email, ID. So what are the data we are getting here? First name, last name, image, email, and ID. Okay. So This is the email. So this is ID. This is last name. And like this, I have taken the score. Right. Now, this we supposed to find out here in this method. Sorry, here. Here we have to find out this. So where f name equal f name colon. So that is the text view. So we supposed to add here the text view. What happened here? It is definitely bit tight. The text view will handle nullify condition. Right, like this, we need other three, right? Last name, email, and ID. So this is the FID. So this is the email. This is the last, right? Last, we need one more where FIMG colon. So that is the image view, right? We have image view that is. So that is the image view. So image view. So that will also handle nullify condition right now. Then last year it is we have to create one init method to find this. So that is a f name, f id, whatever it is, f id equal to. So with reference of this item view, we have to find because this is in a different way we are finding, right? So with reference of this item view, we have to find that is item view dot find view by id. So that I'm finding here, find view by id, that is r dot id dot. So that is the id. Right. Next is the f name equal to item view dot find view by id, that is r dot id dot. So f name. So L name equal to item view dot find view by id, that is r dot id dot L. Right. Then next email equal to item view dot find view by id, that is r dot id dot r dot id dot email. Right. Next FIMG equal to item view dot find view by id, find view by id, that is r dot id dot id. So this is done, but why it is not active? This, yeah, now it became active. So this is fine. Last step, it is assignment of data. So we will assign in this method and we'll run tomorrow because now it's time was sufficient to add that one. So that we will add in next.